I have a question for people who watch YouTube, which probably should be everyone watching this. What is it, do you think, that makes people click on a video the most? Is it the creator? Maybe, but people click on videos they've never heard of all the time. Is it the title? Again, maybe, but titles can be misleading and vague. No. I propose that when you get down to it, the most important part of a video that gets people to click on it is the thumbnail. I'm talking about the big cover picture that goes with the video. That's what people focus on the most. If you want YouTube advice from me, my best advice to give you is to focus on your thumbnail game, because that captures people's attention. That visual element is what people latch onto. All of this to say, there is a new trend of YouTube thumbnails that I hate. And if you looked at the thumbnail of my own video before clicking it, you might be able to guess what it is. I absolutely hate the trend of people distorting a face in the YouTube thumbnail. And they're everywhere. I see them on my recommended all the time. These creators just take a human face and they warp it. Sometimes a little, sometimes a lot. But it's always to the point where it looks off and unappealing. And here's the thing. Is it a huge deal? No. It's a YouTube thumbnail. It's not the end of the world. However, there is a science behind why people are doing this to their thumbnails, and that's what I want to talk about. And it has a big part to do with the uncanny valley. It's a term that describes the emotional human connection to other human-like things. Basically, human brains accept things that look like humans, but only to a certain point. This is a robot, and this is a human. I like both of these things. My brain is comfortable with that. But here is a human-like robot, and all of a sudden, I don't like that. Alarms are going off in my brain. This thing doesn't make sense to me. And what these YouTube thumbnails are doing are taking advantage of your brain highlighting what it doesn't understand in order to get you to focus on that video as opposed to the others in your recommended. If I have 5 separate videos recommended to me, but one of them has one of these distorted faces, my brain is going to focus on it because I kind of recognize it and kind of not, because it's similar to a human face, but not really. The 2 creators that I see abusing this technique to death are ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ and ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ. Now don't get me wrong, ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ is a huge figure in the commentary community, but every time I see a thumbnail where his face is all busted up, I die a little bit inside. And it's because I think his videos are of a really high quality, and I don't think he needs to use this visual trick in order to draw more attention. Sometimes he does it to himself, sometimes he does it to other people. I don't know, I don't understand. I understand why he would do it. ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ is really successful though, and maybe it's not really my place to be critiquing that. Like, maybe this trick is working for him. Like, I don't know that. But I don't think his warped thumbnails are a make or break for his career. I think he could start not touching up his face in a photo editor and his videos would be fine. Now, ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ, on the other hand, is not as defined. ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ is one of those movie media channels where they rank movies, they talk about upcoming movies, they review movies. They're into movies. And one of their series is called Pitch Meeting. It's a sketch show about how these famous movies were likely pitched.
So, you have a Hobbit sequel for me? Yes, sir, I do. So at the beginning of this one, the good guys are on the run, because the orcs, they're right behind them. I thought the eagles picked them up at the end of the last movie and flew them away from the orcs. Well, I guess by the time they got down from that giant cliff the eagles dropped them off at, the orcs had time to catch up. Oh, very unhelpful birdies.
Who cares? I'm not talking about the video itself. Their thumbnails are just horrifying. Just look at these. ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ uses this technique in a subtle way, and ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ cranks that dial to 100. It's atrocious. This hurts me to look at. I don't know if I'm insane or if you guys think this is fine, but I absolutely can't handle that. But they're not going to stop doing it because it's clearly effective. People will see that thumbnail and go, oh my god, what is that? But because they're thinking about it already, they're probably just going to click it and find out. If you're scrolling on your feed and you see one of these, I guarantee it's going to at least catch your attention. And what bothers me is that it doesn't impact the video quality at all. Like, this whole warped face thing never shows up in the video. It is only a marketing trick in order to get people to click the video. And while I understand that's how YouTube is done, I just don't like this trend. I think there are other ways to entice people to click your video without creating these. And I'm starting to see a lot of other creators and sometimes small YouTubers start distorting pictures for their thumbnails. And I don't know. I understand how YouTube is one big competition for views. I get that. But I really feel like we can still do that without editing the shit out of people's faces. Hey everyone, it's a different day, but I remembered a different type of YouTube thumbnail that I wanted to talk to you about. Also, sorry I'm not standing up and doing what I usually do, but I'm tired and I don't want to get out of bed. You know how it is. This second thumbnail trend is not as bad as the warped faces one that I was just talking about, but I do think that this one is also really lazy, and I see it a lot, so I wanted to mention it. But it's not that big of a thing that I would make its own video about, so I'm just going to tack this footage on at the end of my last video. So it's basically a bonus video for you, so actually, you're welcome. I'm just kidding. Thank you for watching my stuff. I owe you my life. This trend comes up a lot with YouTubers who make daily content or multiple videos a week, where they can't be bothered to shake up their thumbnails. This channel called ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ, ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ, I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. Anyway, she does reaction videos, and take a look at some of her video thumbnails. She is tucked way into the side here, so it's not really the focus of the image. But if you compare them to all the rest in her lineup, some of them repeat. I understand if you make formulaic content, you might not want to shake things up too much, and you want all of your videos to appear the same. But this just feels a little manufactured. Plus, don't you want to put a little bit of effort into your thumbnails? And even if you don't you want it to at least look like you do? Same thing goes for this commentary channel called Def Noodles. For a while, he couldn't even be bothered to use a different face. Even ᶫᵒᵛᵉᵧ would shake things up a bit, but he would just stick the same picture of himself to the side of every single thumbnail, no matter what it was about. What is going on? Why do people care so little about their thumbnails? Am I stupid for putting energy into my thumbnails? I thought they really mattered, but apparently to these people it doesn't. The reason I'm getting so worked up over this is because I think it's a privilege that we get to make thumbnails for YouTube videos at all. It's really cool that YouTube is a platform that exists for free. Very easily that could be behind a paywall, or maybe it wouldn't be open to the general public. But anybody can upload whatever they want, and decorate it with whatever type of thumbnail they want. So personally, I want to take advantage of that privilege, and put as much effort into every video and every part of the video that I can, except standing up when I could lie down in bed. That's a bad example. But you know what I mean, right? YouTube is such a great platform at the end of the day, and it being free is such a cool feature. I think a lot of people have forgotten the privilege we have when it comes to posting videos, and I think every video deserves effort. And I think you all deserve videos that I've put effort into. So yeah, I think that's all. That being said, the lazy copied thumbnail trend is a close second to the warped faces one. The warped faces one is definitely worse. Did you hear what the other Duncan was talking about? Oh my god. They're both bad, don't get me wrong, but the copy-paste thumbnail trend is lazy, where the warped faces one is deliberate and takes effort. So they're different. Okay, rant over. I'm going to let the other me end the video. Bye. This might be an example of just me turning on the camera and complaining about something I don't like. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't upload this. But if you're watching this video, it means that I thought my point was valid enough at least to post. So, oops. I hope you understand what I mean at least. Even if you don't think these pictures are as horrifying as I do, I hope you get why I think it's a little dishonest. If I could wrap this up with a moral, I would say, don't judge a book by its cover. But if you see a YouTube video that looks like this, you can judge it a little. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe the video. I hope you're all safe and healthy. Don't do anything stupid. Okay, bye. Love you.